Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, but all the drama has led up to this point, the beginning of this 12-team playoff in front of a home crowd and a raucous environment. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the offense out for their first possession. And here he comes, the quarterback, all eyes on him. He's the guy that just makes everything go.
Well, this guy's Mr. Do-It-All. It's almost odd to say this about a quarterback, but he truly does. He's the echo of the coach and the connector of this offense. When everyone is hooked up to him, this team operates at maximum capacity, and that usually means their opposition is in trouble.
Brought down at the 33, that's good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, after all the buildup and all the hype of the playoff game, you'd love to see the offensive line take control here on this first play. Just establish an identity. Let this defense know who they're facing.
And somebody up there got a little too antsy at the line of scrimmage.
False start.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Penalty makes it 1st and long. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. That's the spin move. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Important 2nd down play coming up. And he'll set up to throw. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And he's brought down. Good job by the defense getting through the blockers. But he stopped short of the 1st down. The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. And it's the tight end trying to power for the 1st down.
I love the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little bit lacking on that one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board on that call.
Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the 1st.
Well, they've had an entire week to try to find weaknesses in this defense and how to attack. And here in the opening drive, they're using the receiver in motion to get him the ball in space and give him those blockers out in front. Great job of designing the play.
Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a 1st and goal from the 10.
Man, now that is a running back's dream. I don't think the guy got touched until he got taken to the ground. It's just excellent blocking. There's nobody he had to make miss or use his stiff arm. Just a lot of open field.
The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. They finally corral him at the 1.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Solid gain puts him in good position for 2nd down and goal. This offense comes out, immediately gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything we prepared for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
And they'll set up with a PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Here's the kickoff team now, set to move this one away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So Marshall's offense comes out for their first possession today. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kirk, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. Two good teams with great individual players.
Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example.
Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Past the 20. Touchdown, thundering herd. This quarterback on fire today.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. And there's the point after.
Kick is good. That ties the game.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
Set to kick it off.
They'll return it from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. First down here for this offense. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Loses 2. Brings up second down. That's the end of the first.
Early on, it's a fun battle on the road to the national championship. Deadlocked at the end of 1. Let's check out the early stats so far. We'll see if the rest of this playoff game can live up to a very competitive opening period. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. Second down after that run on the previous play. And now the running back's got it again. And they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Just nowhere to go on that run play. That's going to bring up third down. Nice job by that defensive front.
Can he make it to the marker? Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half. Here's the second down play. The pre-snap motion from the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill that when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
They wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Running back grabs it on a screen. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there. First and 10 now for the offense. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
He's got some room. Can he get there? And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's first and goal. The defense clearly setting up to stuff the run here. kind of execution on a long drive. That's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
And they get set now to try the PAT. PAT puts them in front by 7. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left, perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. Keeping it on the ground here. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. The magnitude and intensity of these playoff matchups is always something special to be a part of. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
And they'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So Marshall's offense takes the field again. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
They'll hand it off. Solid run. They'll bring it down at the 28-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
On third down, it's a handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the offense trots back onto the field here. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Handoff from the shotgun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
The defense coordinator this week always telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. Send the back in motion. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he went backwards after the catch. That'll set up a fourth down now. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. This will be fair caught at the 30. Here comes Marshall's offense back out onto the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Caught quickly. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. That completion makes it second and medium. Looking downfield, it's Vasquez. Here's a throw underneath to the back. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. That completion sets up a third down play. QB decides to keep it here. Gets into space at the 50. Running right through tacklers. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback keeps the football. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Well, I think we can all see how tough it is to control this guy under center today for this defense. But they did a nice job of keeping him contained. But they've got to stay focused. They can't get lazy because we could see him breaking one any moment against this defense.
He pulls it in for a big gain. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Marshall.
Well, this is how you start to get rolling. That's 2 touchdowns so far, and the more he gets fed, the more often he's going to cash in.
See if they can convert the point after. He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Returner choosing to field this one. Returner is blocked down. Gets it started on the next drive.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
Offense ready to start this drive. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They'll tackle him about the 15-yard line.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
The game moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. We reach the end of 3 in this playoff game. Deadlocked, a classic on our hands as we stop to check the game summary so far. Heading to the 4th quarter, who can step up and make a crucial play in this pursuit of a national championship? They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
The important play right here. Close game, 4th quarter, 3rd and long. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. They bring the punter onto the field now. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. And that sets up a return. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. It's a foot race. And they finally grab a huge return. Coverage team lucky he didn't score there. The offense starts with excellent field position. So Marshall's offense takes the field again. Single back, takes the handoff. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Hurd. And they'll claim the fourth quarter lead. Well, Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again. Back in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
They'll tackle him at the 27.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
And they pick up the first on the ground. Uses the stiff arm and gets past the marker before being taken down. And we've reached now the 2-minute warning. Sets up as a dramatic finish as this offense tries to grab the lead late here. Running back has it on a screen now. And they're finally able to stop him. The great execution on the screen pass fooled the defense there. The offense getting closer to a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Second down after that previous play. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over him that time. Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackle made at the 41. That's 1st down yardage. The running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside and the perimeter to set something up downfield.
It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looks like he's going to run it. Gets some space around the 30. Heads out of bounds after running for the 1st down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense.
These are the type of plays that are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him tied up. They thought they were going to be able to get him to the ground on the pass rush, but they're unable to do so. So he gets away, picks up a big 1st down. Now this sets up a 1st and goal inside the 10.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And they'll run it out of the shotgun.
And, Chris, how often do we see it? When the game's on the line, it's about the line of scrimmage. This offensive line does their job. The running back gets in for this game-tying touchdown. And now you're an extra point away from taking the lead.
The critical extra point attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He's looking to throw. Quick throw misses his mark there. Incomplete. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And now the kicking team has called for a timeout before the kickoff. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And the quarterback will take a knee. In these playoff games, it's win or go home. So one side can continue to dream about the national championship. The other side suddenly, Kirk, their season is over. But it's been a good ride.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You know, it's easy to focus on the team that advances, and they should be happy, obviously. They had a great year. They're going to continue to go on. But the team that comes up a little bit short, you know, you can see the emotion down on the field right now. They put so much into this year. Hopefully they'll be able to learn from this and come back even stronger next year.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.